2023. So do stand by for CHASEFU Town Council, and they are being led by the Council Secretary, that's Mr. Kennedy Walia. Pleasant viewing.
To the effect that you are factual and do not mislead the committee. Should you willfully or deliberately mislead the committee, the same Cap 12 can be used against you. The committee is comforted that you may not choose to deliberately mislead it. Hence, we ask you to be free and calm when called upon to make your submission. We are going to start with introductions. I'll call upon you, Council Secretary, to introduce yourself and allow your delegation to equally introduce themselves. I now call upon you, Council Secretary, to introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, Chair and honorable members of this committee. My name is Kennedy Walia, Council Secretary for CHASEFU Town Council.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Chair. My name is Mangani Mofu, Internal Auditor, CHASEFU Town Council.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tembo Caster, Water and Sanitation Engineer, standing in for the Director Engineering.
Where is the Director Engineering?
Chair, the Director Engineering got his ankle of the left leg twisted. Otherwise, we are geared to come with him.
Okay, next.
Good afternoon, Chair, and good afternoon, members of this committee. My name is Tommy Siamuntu, Director of Finance, CHASEFU Town Council.
Honorable Chairperson, good afternoon. Good afternoon, honorable members of this committee. My name is Jeff Mwenge, Director Planning, CHASEFU Town Council. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of this committee. My name is Charlotte Mulenga, a socio-economic planner from CHASEFU Town Council. Thank you.
Two critical personnel missing from this delegation: Internal Auditor, Head of Procurement. What is your comment, Town Clerk? Which one? Head of Procurement?
Chair, the two critical positions missing is the Procurement Officer and the Director Engineering.
Where is the Head of Procurement?
Chair, the Head of Procurement was supposed to be with us, but unfortunately she couldn't manage because she was attending a court matter.
Okay. We continue with the introductions. Office of the Auditor General.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, CS and your team. My name is Mashao Gabriel, Director, Eastern Audit Provincial Directorate. I've come with a team who I will ask to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mnalula Njovu, Principal Auditor, Chipata Audit Office.
Good afternoon. I am Lovinda Sinyani from the Planning and Research Department in the Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mombasaka from the Ministry of Finance and National Planning, Office of the Accountant General. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good afternoon to you and the honorable members of your committee. CHASEFU Town Council, you're welcome. I'm Kazinga Kennedy from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. CHASEFU Town Council, welcome. My name is Martin Kapenda from Local Government Service Commission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Secretariat.
Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon. My name is Max Ocheka from the Office of the Clerk. Thank you.
Chair, thank you. Emmanuel Walia from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you so much, the honorable members of Parliament. Honorable Dr. Maza.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, CHASEFU, and welcome to your Committee on Local Government Accounts. I am Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petoke District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
The Honorable MP from Fumbwe.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good afternoon, everyone. And the CHASEFU Council, good afternoon and welcome to your committee. My name is Erot Kamondo. I'm Member of Parliament for Mfumbwe constituency.
Thank you. The Honorable MP for Siavonga.
Chairperson, good afternoon. Good afternoon, permanent witnesses. CHASEFU Town Council, good afternoon. Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Mulunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siavonga constituency. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Our Honorable Chair and MP for CHASEFU.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon, Honorable Member for Siavonga. Good afternoon, Honorable Member for Mfumbwe, Kaumbwe, permanent witnesses, CHASEFU Council. Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Mishek Mteto Nyambosi, representing the wonderful people where you come from, and I'm the substantive chair of this committee. Thank you very much for seeing you here. Chair,
thank you so much, Chair. Witness, my name is Christopher Shakafuswa. I'm a Member of Parliament for Mandev constituency, and you are in Mandev constituency, so you are welcome to Mandev constituency. I'm the substantive Vice Chairperson of the committee and privileged to chair this session. I wish to invite you, Council Secretary, to make your presentation with guidance. You can go to page 12 of your report. Delayed completion of 1/2 CRB at Munchengu Primary School. This matter is a 2024 CDF, hence it will come next year, and it's been withdrawn by the Office of the Auditor General. So with this withdrawal, you may go ahead and present your report.
Thank you, Chair. Specific matters, part of the report. Part A, stored 2022 CDF projects. Chair, let me take you to page 5. Chair, the management response. Our response is in a tabular form. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to...
You can read the name of the project, then you go to the cause of the query.
Thank you, Chair, for that guidance. Project number 1, rehabilitation of 1,700 desks. Cause of query. The cause for the delay in completing the projects was due to the unreliable sources of timber. The period that it took to cure the timber in order for it to be planed, and there was only one service provider in the district, that is ZASP. This resulted in the council to engage other service providers in Lundazi. Timber had to be sourced, cured, then transported to Lundazi for planing, then transported back to CHASEFU for use. This delayed the entire process. The planning and metal fabrication process was hugely affected by load shedding resulting in further delays as our service providers did not have alternative sources of power. Action taken, I wish to submit that all the 1,700 desks have been completed and distributed. You may wish to refer to the attachments on Appendix A1. Project 2, construction of Kapekesa Health Post. Cause of query, Chair. The cause of query was due to the first contractor who was awarded the contract on 9th February 2023, who later failed to complete within the contract time frame. There were requests for extensions of contract which were extended, and despite the extensions, the contractor could not manage to complete within the period that was given. The contract was therefore terminated due to the delays. Upon termination of the first contract, management had to retender, and the contract was later awarded to Zambezia Investment Limited on 23rd July 2024. I further wish to submit that the project is now complete and was commissioned by the Minister, Local Government and Rural Development. Chair, you may wish to refer to Appendix 1A. Project number 3, Chair, construction of staff house at Kulamaembe. Cause of query, the cause of delay was due to the first contractor who was awarded the contract on 9th February 2023, who later failed to complete within the contract time frame. There were requests of extensions also on this one, but the contractor failed to complete within the period that was given and later abandoned the site. The works which remained were finishes and fittings. The contract was however terminated due to the delays. Upon termination of the first contract, management had to retender as well, and the contract was awarded to Chipangano Contractors and General Dealers. I wish to submit to the committee that the project is complete and was commissioned by the Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary and handed over to the Ministry of Education. Project number 4, Chair, construction of Champeta Magodi Staff House. Cause of query, Chair, the initial contractor was awarded, the initial contract was awarded to Millennium Tite Engineering Limited on the 26th May 2023, and the cause of query was due to contractor abandoning the project without giving any reason, and there was no request for extension. The remaining works after abandoning the project were roofing, plastering, flooring and finishes. Upon termination of the first contract, management had to retender and awarded the contract to Nachilindi Construction General Dealers on the 22nd July 2024, and the project has since been completed. It's awaiting handover, Chair. Remedial measures. Management to ensure continuous monitoring of the community projects, improve on contract management, and ensure that no project will be carried out under force account. Chair, there are the pictures showing the queried projects that are completed. Part B, Chair, that is delays in signing of contract for procurement of 200 desks. Management response. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to submit that inquiries for bid solicitations commenced on 27th November 2023, and the deadline for bid submission was on 27th December 2023. After the Technical Evaluation Committee to review the bids received the matter, the matter was presented to the Procurement Committee, which sat on 10th January 2024. Contract review and the preparation was done, and on the 16th February, notice of award was written to Mustachi Enterprise Limited. The successful bidder letter responded on 21st March 2024. I wish to submit that there was delay in contractor responding to the offer, and the would-be contractor failed to come in person to sign the contract, even after accepting the offer in written. However, he sent a proxy who had no introductory letter, and the would-be contractor claimed to be out of the country, and this further dragged the execution of the contract. Action taken, management had to retender the 200 desks, and the contract was later awarded to Mitchell Technical Works on 30th August 2024, and the desks have since been delivered. Refer to attachment on Appendix 1B. Remedial measures, management to ensure that time limits are given to contractors who fail to sign the contract within a specific time frame to reduce on such delays. Part C, inadequate number of desks at some schools. Chair, I take you to page 10. Management response. A school number 1, Elwangeni Primary School. Cause of query for all these schools. The request was made by the individual schools as indicated. However, the desks required per school was not matching with the school's existing infrastructure at the time of the request. Further, the Constituency Development Fund Committee resolved to phase the desk distribution so that all the 119 schools in the district could benefit from the available consignments at a time. Action taken, Chair. Management has since distributed the deficit desks to the highlighted schools and wishes to submit that the 2023 procurement of the planned desks has been completed. Refer to the attachment on Appendix 1C. Remedial measures, Chair. Management to ensure that no school going child sits on the floor in a class, and desks will be distributed as per requirement. On page 11, that's a scenario. We have children sitting on the desks that have been distributed. Part D, Chair, delay completion of 2023. Sorry. Oh, yeah, so this one, Chair, has been withdrawn. Thanks, team, for the reminder. Chair, we go to Part E, that is non-operational business venture. Mwafuka Sacco Savings, soft loans. Cause of query, Chair. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wishes to state that contact person for the group had gone to school and no one was willing to spearhead the operations. Hence, the project could not be operationalized. Action taken, Chair. Management engaged and wrote letters to the group upon realizing that they were not repaying the loan. As a result of not operating, management had no option but to recommend to the Constituency Development Fund Committee on the meeting held on 20th February 2025 for repossession of the oil expeller in line with the provision of the Constituency Development Fund CDF guidelines. Refer to attachment on Appendix 1E. Remedial measures. Management to ensure that all empowerment beneficiaries adhere to the business proposals and Constituency Development Fund guidelines. Chair, we go to cross-cutting issues. Chair, Appendix 1, budget, fundings and expenditure. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations and wishes to state that the retained amount of 1,052,432 was meant for Senior Chief Magodi 6 Palace in bracket, that's the corrected figure, and the issuance of the Constituent Development Fund monitoring motor vehicle, that is the insurance cost, which was about 115,000, which were being implemented by central government as guided in the circular dated 3rd January 2024. Action taken. Management would like to report that 25,971,130 has been utilized as indicated on table 2 below, leaving a balance of 1,290,000 for retention payments on community projects as indicated in the table. That's the table 2. Remedial measures. Management would like to assure the committee that we are committed to utilizing the funds as budgeted for in one financial year as per requirement. Chair, Appendix 1.1, retained for Chief's Palace. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the deduction that was done at source of 936,751 kwacha as the project was being implemented centrally by government. The project has halted due to the injunction on the location of the project site. Action taken. The local authority wrote to the ministry to seek guidance and intervention on the matter, and we were guided to engage the affected parties to find a resolution. However, we could not proceed with the discussion as the matter is still in court. Refer to attachment on Appendix 3. Remedial measures. Chair, a local authority will continue advocating for stakeholder engagements in developmental issues. Page 18, Chair, it is Appendix 2. Total unspent funds. Management response. Cause of query. The management acknowledges the observation on the unspent funds amounting to 21,964,850 as at 31st December 2023, set out in the table above on Appendix 2. However, we wish to state that the reconciled figure for the unspent fund at the time of audit was 23,257,769 kwacha, as shown in the table below. Chair, I wish to amplify on this one. It may look as if at this point all this money was not spent, but when we reached page 25, that's where we were able to see that at the time of audit we only had 4 projects that were still being implemented. So the other funds, it's not all 4 projects. There is loans and bursaries and the like. As we go through the report,
you will respond when the questions are put to you. Kindly read the report as prepared.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Page 19, Chair. Action taken. Management would like to state that the unspent funds amounting to 23,259,769 kwacha was as per reconciled figures as at 31st December 2023 in the table above have been spent, leaving a balance of 1,290,339 kwacha as shown in the summary of the table below. That's the table, Chair. Remedial measures. Management would like to assure the committee that we are committed to utilizing the constituent development funds in one financial year as per requirement. Appendix 2.1 has spent funds as community projects. Cause of query. Management acknowledges observation and wishes to state that the balance of the 2023 funding against expenditure was for the community projects that were still ongoing at the time of audit. Action taken. Management wish to state that the funds have been spent, leaving a balance of 1.2 million for retention as shown in the table below. Remedial measures. Management to endeavor to utilize the constituent development funds in one financial year. Appendix 2.2, that's on page 21, Chair. And spent funds, empowerment grants. Chair, I wish to correct that that table should have indicated loans instead of grants. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations on Appendix 2.2 and spent funds of empowerment grants. I wish to submit that the title of the table, as I've earlier corrected, is should be for empowerment grants. Empowerment loans. The column on the amount received in the table above indicates 2,071,000 kwacha 872. However, our reconciled figure on the amount budget and received for the 2023 Constituent Fund loans component is 3.2 million. In order to harmonize the two, we have highlighted and submitted the reconciled figures in the table below. That's the table, Chair, indicating the corrected figures for grants and loans. Action taken. Management wishes to report to the committee that all the loan and grant for constituency development funds for both the years 2022 and 2023 allocation were paid as budgeted for, and the balance of 80,291 were paid in the 2024 allocation. Refer to the attachment on Appendix 5. Remedial measures. Management wishes to assure the committee that we will endeavor to facilitate payments for empowerment funds within the financial year as per guidelines. Page 22, Chair, unspent funds, empowerment grants, which is the same as on page 2, the information on page 22, the information is the same as page 21.
You can go to the next one.
Yes. Page 23, Chair, that is Appendix 2.4, secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observations and wish to state that the unspent funds, as stated on the Appendix 2.4 above, was due to a few applications, and further I wish to submit that even the few successful applicants, some beneficiaries could not report for school, and the council did not make payments for those that did not report. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the unspent funds for bursaries were varied to community projects in the period under review. Refer to attachments on Appendix 6. Remedial measures, Chair. Management to ensure to continue sensitization on all the constituent development fund components so that there is increased awareness. Appendix 2.5, unspent funds, that is administrative cost. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations and would like to state that the heading of the table above on Appendix 2.5 speaks to the unspent funds, that is administrative costs, and in And in order to harmonize the figures, we have highlighted the reconciled figures in the table indicating the balance brought forward from 2022 and 2023 allocation together amounting to 1.9 million. The table there shows reconciled figures following utilization of funds. Action taken. I wish to report that the constitutional fund balance on administrative cost was utilized as provided in the table above and refer to the attachment on Appendix 7. Remedial measures. Management assures the committee that we will endeavor to utilize the Constituent Development Fund administrative cost as per guidance within the financial year. Chair, Appendix 3, that is 2022 community projects. Management response, cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations and that at the time of audit, there were 4 projects that were work in progress as indicated in the table. The 4 projects included the rehabilitation of 1,700 desks, construction of Kapekesa Health Post, construction of staff house at Kuramaembe Primary School, and the construction of Champeta Magodi Staff House. Chair, action taken. Management wishes to submit that all the 4 projects have since been completed and the local authority has no pending projects for the Constituency Development Fund community projects. Refer to the attachment on Appendix 1A. Page 25, Chair, remedial measures. Management assures the committee that we will endeavor to utilize the Constituent Development Fund as per guidance within the financial year. Chair, Appendix 4, 2023 community projects. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations in the table above on Appendix 4 for the 2023 community projects implementation as at 31st December 2023. The 4 projects that were being implemented included the construction of Senior CHASEFU Magodi 6 Palace, grading of Belmunchenja Road, electrification of public institution, and the rehabilitation of 1x3 classroom block at Chiginya Primary School. Action taken. Management wishes to submit that 28 projects out of the 30 have been completed and commissioned, except for the electrification of the public institution and Rural Electrification Authority and the construction of Senior CHASEFU Magodi's Palace. All the 2 were being implemented under the guidance of central government. The table shows the summary of the projects and the remarks. Remedial measures, Chair. Management assures the committee that we will endeavor to utilize Constituent Development Fund as per guidance within the financial year. Chair, page 26. Appendix 5, that is Youth, Women, Community Grants, the performance. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations on Appendix 5 above for the 2023 grants applications. We wish to state that the 56 applicants were not allocated funds due to the approved budget limitations for the 2023 empowerment grants. Action taken. Management wishes to submit that 100 approved beneficiaries were all paid, representing 100% payment against the approved figure, while the 56 applicants were advised to reapply for the year 2024 budget allocation for considerations. Refer to attachment on Appendix 10. Remedial measures, Chair. Management assures the committee that we will endeavor to utilize the Constituent Development Fund as per guidance within the financial year. Chair, page 27, Appendix 8, that's performance analysis of the loans. Cause of query, Chair. The management acknowledges the auditor's observations and would like to state that the heading of the table above speaks to the loan empowerment funds. I wish to submit that in order to harmonize the figures, we have highlighted the reconciled figures in the table below, indicating for the 2022 that is 2.9 million, and for 2025 that is 3.2 million empowerment loans budget accrued interest at the time of the audit expenditure. Chair, that's the table indicating the figures. Action taken. Management wishes to submit that all the I need to make a correction, Chair. Instead of 54, there it is 53. Empowerment loan beneficiaries were paid the funds in the 2023. The 26 beneficiaries were for the 2022 allocation, while the 27 beneficiaries were under the 2023 allocation. The total disbursement to the 53 beneficiaries for both allocations was 6.1 million, while the interest accrued amounting to 476,000 was paid in the year 2024. Chair, refer to attachment on Appendix 11. Remedial measures. Management assures the committee that we will endeavor to utilize Constituent Development Fund as per guidance within the financial year. Page 28, Chair, Appendix 9, failure to recover loans. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations and would like to submit that the cause of query was due to the 35 out of 52 loan beneficiaries that were not paying back the loan to the financial institution, thereby owing 439,000 at the time of the audit. Further, among the 35 loan beneficiaries, one did not manage to access the funds from the financial institution due to the fact that at the point of disbursement, Gafa Mining, as a loan beneficiary, was blacklisted by Credit Reference Bureau, making it difficult for the bank to disburse the funds. Action taken. Management wishes to report to the committee that defaulters were engaged through community radio programs and letters to individual loan beneficiaries and monitoring. The defaulters were written to, reminding them to pay as signed in the loan agreement for form with the financial institution. And a total of 1.1 million has so far been collected, and out of this, 855,000 was paid to other beneficiaries under the revolving fund. Refer to attachment on Appendix 11. Remedial measures, Chair. Management assures the committee that we will endeavor to engage the loan beneficiaries and also engage the local branch bank using the clause 4.7 under the circular number 15 of 2022. Appendix 10, that is secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. Chair, cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations on Appendix 10 above, indicating the secondary school beneficiary boarding and skills development bursaries for 2022 and 2023 allocations, where the number of sponsored secondary school and skills development bursaries beneficiaries were less and could not consume all the funds allocated for the program. I wish to further submit our reconciled number of secondary boardings, skills development bursaries beneficiaries. the allocation for the 2022 and 2023 allocated consumer development fund bursaries indicated in the table. Chair, that's the table showing the reconciled figures. Action taken. Council management wishes to submit that Council has spent the 2022 and the 2023 consumer development fund for the secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. The local authority has increased publicity and community sensitization activities on all consumer development fund grants. Remedial measures. Management will continue to enhance publicity and community sensitization and utilize the Consumer Development Fund in one financial year as per guidelines. Chair, the last page of my submission, page 30, Appendix 3, that is the performance of desks. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's findings and submits that this was due to failure by Mustachi Enterprise Limited, the successful bidder to sign, and the contract for supply and delivery of 200 desks while contractors had not completed delivering the consignment. Action taken. Management had to retender the 200 desks contract, which was later awarded to Mitchell Technical Works Limited on 30th August 2024. Further, I wish to submit that all the 495 desks have been delivered and in use, and so far 3,290 additional desks have been supplied and delivered to all the 113 schools in the district.
Is it 113 or 119?
119.
So we make corrections because
yeah,
in your area submission you said 119 schools.
Yes, yes.
So we write 119 schools.
Yes, Chair.
Thank you.
Remedial measures. Management assures the committee that we will endeavor to utilize Consumer Development Fund as per guidance within one financial year. I therefore wish to submit my clarification to the cited queries and assurance to the committee that the remedial measures to the queries for CHASEFU Town Council shall be adhered to.
Thank you so much, Council Secretary. Honorable Mtelo, you can introduce yourself and ask your substantive question. Yes, Honorable Mtelo.
Chair, thank you so much and good afternoon. CHASEFU, you are welcome to your committee. As you have heard, I'm your humble servant, Mishek, not from CHASEFU. This Mishek is Mutelo from Mitete, not Mutetwa, but Mutelo. Page 5, just on the desks, like you have indicated on the last, the 119 schools. With the schools on page 5 and 6, at least I've seen some pictures. You've done well. Going to the appendix, I'm seeing debts. I've not seen any acknowledgement from any of those 119 in the name of goods received. 119. Not even one single head teacher. They have no date stamps whatsoever. You've just sat in CHASEFU, written school Chakuti school and told the chair to say 119 schools. I can also produce the same in Mitete. any proof of any date stamp signed on a particular date in CHASEFU for the 1,700 desks coming from an unreliable source of timber. Which was cured. Any evidence of one desk so that we can at least see that these desks were cured. A good number of what we have received, we are told they are warping, so that we could have learned from CHASEFU. You decided to do yourself a disservice. Any proof? With the schools, all the three, not schools, projects, the health post, all the three terminated. What's wrong with your first contractors in CHASEFU? Whenever you contract a contractor in CHASEFU, as long as that contractor is the first one, the next thing you will be defaulting. You have to re-attend. What's the problem with all those who will be given contracts in the first place? They all default. What's the matter? Chair, it's just a curtain riser for now. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Be calm, CS, and only come in when I call upon you. Now you may come in.
Thank you, Chair. I'll start with the last one, as I'll ask my team to highlight documents showing proof of having delivered desks in the appendices. Chair, on the last question concerning first contractors, Chair, as CHASEFU, we have successfully implemented a good number of projects, and looking at the queries, the four, it is an unfortunate scenario which is beyond our control. But as you can see from the Auditor General's report, the number of projects implemented under each of the financial years queried, we quietly had a good number of successful contractors.
Can the first question, the other question be answered, then I take up your follow-up?
Yeah.
Do we have any acknowledgement from any of the schools?
Yes, under Appendix 1C, sorry, after the minutes, Chair, we have Champeta Magodi Primary there, school, receiving 120 desks and stamped there.
Honorable Mtelo, follow-up.
Okay, allow me to start from the 120 desks. Is this part and parcel of the 1,700? Because in there you said refer to Appendix 1A. Now, no problems. See, we are at 1C. 120 desks received, Chair, this year on 31st March, when they knew that now they were coming here. Thank you very much. Any desk there?
Yes, yes. Is this acknowledgement part of the 1,700 desks?
Yes, Chair.
Oh, okay, so where is the desk?
It's a mix of refurb desks and procured desks.
Now the one helping you has come out clearly. And that's all we need.
Yes.
Refurb and what?
New procurement.
So the 1,700, are they refurbs?
Yes, they are refurbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were just curing the planks? All the same? And I just want to have evidence. I have seen the house post, the school. Any desk you are delivering, you forgot to even just capture one.
Yes, yes.
Chair, they thought when they just come here and tell us, no, here signed, it's okay, their desks.
Do you have a picture of
any desk one?
Any delivered rehabilitated desk?
Or they are in CHASEFU?
Chair, in my report, on page 11, there is the picture there of pupils sitting on the desks.
Page 11.
Page 11.
Yes, go ahead, Honorable.
Chair, I've seen pupils sitting on the desk, whether they are the rehabs or the procured ones. I've seen.
Yes.
Which school is this?
One school is Nkanga School.
Is it written there?
No, it's not written.
So what will rule out the probability of you having just gone to any other school in Zambia, capture, then to come and say this is from CHASEFU?
Chair, we can provide the
list. I end there. It's just a curtain riser for CHASEFU.
Thank you so much.
Chair, we also have acknowledgement from the devs.
You can switch off your microphone, CS. Any other questions? Honorable Nyambose. Let me start with Honorable Dr. Manza. Yes, Honorable Dr. Manza. Yes, Dr. Manza.
Yeah, the page on cross-cutting matters. Page
Which
14.
Page
14.
Page 14, honorable members.
There's the budget funding and the expenditure, so we do a bit of some financial accounting. The table on appendix 1 has the column known as code funding and the retained funds. The retained funds I explained, the 1,052,432 is 936 reserved for the chief's palace and the other money for insurance. And then disbursed amount of 26,209 and 38 kwacha. The question I have here is what is the difference between the funding column and the disbursed amount? Then the second question is on page 15. Page 15, the actual disbursement on this table is 27,261,069, 469, but which is contrary to the disbursed amount on page 14. So these figures, these accounting figures, they don't speak to each other, these tables. Now, when figures are wrong, even when we allocate funds to projects, we are accounting for wrong numbers, wrong values. So how do you explain these discrepancies? There's another one on page 19. On page 19, the balance brought forward, which is actually the balance brought forward, which is actually from the budget of 2022. So the balance brought forward to 2023 here is 23,259,767. But if you go to page 10, the balance brought forward is not equal, is not the same. Sorry, page 14, not page 10, page 14. The balance brought forward is not the same. So the origin of these tables, I think it should be the Auditor General's office and as well as your accountant, your office. When you are presenting a final report for submission, did you reconcile these figures or not?
Yes, CS.
Chair, with your indulgence, allow me to ask my Director of Finance to explain on the figures.
Yes, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Chair. The difference on disbursed amount, that is Appendix 1 on page 14. The actual funding is actually as indicated in our reconciled figure, but the disbursed amount, I think this is a table generated by Auditor General. If you look at the retained amount minus the funding, you actually get the 26 as a figure. So in maybe I cannot explain it further than the Auditor General, but my understanding is that the retained funds should actually be subtracted from the budget amount, which is the 28.3, which should have actually indicated the actual amount we received, because the 1 million was retained by central government.
Yes. When you received the auditor's report, did you have an acknowledgement to sign, to agree to the figures? Because you need to have that official response to agree to the figures. And your explanation on page 14, the budget 28,313,902. Out of this amount, 1,052,000 was retained, which is well explained here. So if you subtract the budget and the retained, you have the actual funding that you received in your account for 2023 budget. Now, the disbursed amount should be equal. to the amount that you received. The expenditure is difficult. It depends on your accounting system. So why the disbursed amount is not equal to the funding amount?
Yes, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Chair.
Did you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Chair. Thank you. The acknowledgement in terms of the figure in tabulation form, I think that I cannot confirm right now. But what we agreed is the financial statements for 2023 as audited figures that are tabulated in the financial statements, which are correct according to the budgeted and the funding amount. The financial statements for 2023 are available on page 12 to show the figures. The Honorable, if he wants to confirm the actual funding.
Through Chair. But do you acknowledge this kind of inconsistencies and discrepancies that the figures presented by the auditor, the tables that are in the auditor's page and yours are different? And I asked about the acknowledgement from Council Secretary of the auditor's report that you have received, and you are in agreement with the figures before you started embarking on the management response. Do you have that acknowledgement from your office? We want to see if
Yes, Town Clerk. CS. In most of the queries, you have gone ahead to give us reconciled figures. In literal sense, you are disagreeing with the Office of the Auditor General. Did you, as management, respond to the auditor's queries?
Yes, Chair. On cross-cutting issues, we didn't have time to look at the figures. We saw them in the report. So maybe if time was provided to us, would have not been correcting the
Did
figures.
you acknowledge the auditor's findings?
Yes, Chair, we've acknowledged. That's why when we look at the way we have responded, we have acknowledged, but also made corrections.
Honorable Mtelo.
Sounds strange. Looking at our response, we have acknowledged. So even this one, you acknowledged, but you failed to reconcile. So what did you acknowledge on page 14?
Yes.
Allow my DF to add a word.
Yes, DF.
Thank you, Chair. We are acknowledging all the columns except the disbursed amount.
Just there. Now I have heard the Chair the last word. We have acknowledged all the columns except. Are you reading that word here, except? DF. Or you forgot? This is where now you are. It is clicking.
Chair, yes, we haven't written it in our response, acknowledging the other columns except for that, for the disbursed amount.
Through your indulgence.
Please go ahead.
Management acknowledges the auditor's observations and wish to state that all the way. I'm failing to see the word except. We acknowledge everything save for this. That which is coming out so clearly now, orally, is it in here so that the speaker's report itself will be crystal clear?
Chair, it's not in the report.
Then page 14, page 15, disbursement 27. I'm just getting the big figure. Management would like to report 25. So again, what should we take? This also is the auditor's table. 15. This is also auditor's table. Or this is yours?
Yes, Director of Finance.
Yes, Chair. The figure 25 is explaining on expenditure and in the table below.
Dr. Manza, you're done? Yes, Honorable Mlunda.
Okay. The question I'm about to ask you, my colleague asked it first on page 5 and 6.
I go back to page 5 and 6.
And I want to find out, CS, were you there when these projects were being carried out? That is rehabilitation of 1,700 desks, construction of Kapekesa Health Post, and then construction of staff house at Kulamaimbe Primary School, the construction of a staff house at Magodi. All these projects, the reason is the same. What's the relationship between you and the contractors? You management, not yourself, but you as management. Or how were you qualifying these contractors? How were you awarding them? Because all of them, they don't deliver. And you can imagine the people of CHASEFU, a very poor district out there, a village like my constituency. Our pupils, they have nowhere to sit. Our teachers' staff houses are not complete. And we have people that are going to be there for 6 months and then they abandon work. So what was the qualifications for these to be awarded these contracts? Thank you, Chair.
Yes, CS.
Chair, these contractors are local contractors, and they had to respond to the bids, and hence they were awarded. In terms of relationship, Chair, it's unfortunate that we had such contractors who failed to deliver according to the contract terms.
Follow-up, Honorable Mlunda.
It's a follow-up. You always have the checklist. Do those people, or were those people qualifying when you checked on the list? Yes, we want to empower our people. Even when you want to empower your relative and say, no, can you drive this truck? You check, do you have the license? Or somebody doesn't have a license, then you say, you give him the keys. So what was the first qualifications for them as local contractors? Did you have to check on the profile. Maybe they had a profile that they have done some work somewhere that comforted you and made you actually to agree with them that they're able to take up these contracts.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Chair. When you look at the stages at which terminations were being done, these were qualified contractors. However, their in-house management of their project caused them to fail to implement the projects. Otherwise, in terms of what was requested for them to be awarded, the evaluation committee chair presented to my committee that they qualified. Yeah. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Chair. I'm Honorable Mwene Lwamba, in case you didn't get my introductions. You are telling your committee that these are local contractors. In simple terms, they failed because they are local contractors. Are you trying to give a picture to say because they are local contractors, that's why they failed? In simple terms, local contractors are not capable of completing structures in CHASEFU? I submit, Chair.
Yes, yes.
Chair, that's not the picture I'm trying to paint. Chair, we have a good number of local contractors that are doing wonders in CHASEFU. And like I said in the main report, when you look at Auditor General, the number of projects that we've implemented with the local contractors versus the only 4 that we struggled with, it's a good indication that local contractors are performing.
Yes, Honorable Dr. Manza.
On the same, if you look at page 5, all these projects, construction of Kapekesa Health Post, construction of staff house at Kakamayembe, construction of Mugodi staff house. We have been comforted to say the projects have since then been completed and handed over. I want to understand what impact has the project delay in the completion of these projects. Has it given council in terms of financial management as well as time management? And what lessons have you learned from this going forward to improve the situation? And do we have completion certificates, final payment certificates? Because that is the only way we can check the financial impact. Because what I see from page, like starting from page 2, you find that, like for example, construction of Kapekesa Health Post, the contract sum is 1,260,000. But at the time of audit, the amount that was paid was only close to half. That's 652,143. So the financials, we only have a record of up to the time of audit in July 2024. And yet you have promised us that you have already completed these projects, but did these projects, when you terminated the contracts, you engaged another contractor, was there any financial loss from the contract, from the client's side? And this issue of desks, you 1,700 desks on page 1, rehabilitation of 1,700 desk frames. The contractor was CHASEFU Town Council using false account. Well, in many places, these frames were collected and aggregated at debts. So why does the council have the capacity to deal with the desks, and you are the contractor yourself? So the personnel, how did you manage this? That is probably why you had challenges in the delivery of these frames. How genuine could CHASEFU as a council be the contractor to rehabilitate frames? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. On the lessons learned with the failed first contractors, Chair, we've learned that we need to up our game in terms of project management and monitoring, to put to speed the contractors in terms of timely delivery. And also, yes, Chair, we suffered the financial loss where terminations happens depending on the stage of termination. Chair, we as CHASEFU, we promise this committee, as we have stated in our report, that we will pull up our socks to make sure that we implement projects within the financial year. On the desks, Chair, the 1,700. Chair, as CHASEFU, we took the approach where the skills trained locals, whom we sent for skills training as carpentry, working with DEBs. We had to empower them, group them, and they participated in the refabrication of desks. That's the approach we took, Chair.
CHASEFU will pull up its socks. Honorable Nyambosa, you want to ask? Chair, it's a different question. I wanted to help you in CHASEFU pulling up their socks. During the year under review, CHASEFU received 25 million kwacha on page 18. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for your kindness. You know, the 1,700, what was done first was 1,180. A balance of 520 remained. But when you are answering, you've grouped everything. Chair. 1,180. In their response, 1,700. I want them to elaborate well on that one, because they are telling us it's 1,700. No, 1,180 first, 520 later. But in response, you've grouped everything. Why? The query was 520. Now orally they are giving us a very good scenario. I accept that, and that's the way we should be. No, these desks were being done by those who have been taken. This CDF, the enhanced For you to take this, it should have been in 2023 itself. So what time were they trained? Because 2022 funds came slightly late into 2023. Then within 2023 they trained and then empowered them to do the desks. No. As much as you give us the facts, take it easy. You heard the chair to say, take it easy, be calm. Be calm. Which period did you train those? If they first enhanced the monies for 2022 and 2023 came in very late. If it is executing all what we are doing, started with the monies for 2023. Then in the same year, you sent them to school, they came to do the refabrication. Yes?
Your question, Honorable?
Is it true? Is it true? If it is true, here we are reading CHASEFU as a council. Here the query is 520. They are answering to 1,700.
Yes, you may respond.
Thank you, Chair. Looking at the query, yes, we should have restricted ourselves to that 520. However, the same 520 was a remainder from the initial approved. So that's why we are reporting it in totality that we have completed.
You know, here, in the same here, your colleagues, we were asked of a different, project. When they answered, they went fishing. Even put it in the appendix. And the question was, it's true that 1 + 1 is equals to box. Then you, in answering, you say 1 + 1 is equals to 2. Even 5 + 5 is equal to 10. The question that you are not asked, would you pass such an exam? The query was 520. Your answering is 1,700.
I agree with that observation, Chair.
On the same question? Yes.
Now that you agree, you went further to expand the response to 1,700 desks, and you mentioned about students that were trained under the skills and bursaries, which you have not even answered his question. That 2022, almost many councils, we could not afford to send these students to school because guidelines were being refined. You have not confirmed as whether CHASEFU immediately after, because I know for skills training the minimum period is 1 year. So 2022, how were they available in 2023 to fabricate the desk? Anyway, the substantial question is, I'm interested in those skill-trained personnel. What mode of engagement or cooperation did you have with that grouping of those that trained under your sponsorship, because you use the force account. Force account means you're buying materials and so on and so forth. So what sort of engagement did you have, and any proof of payments for those for the emoluments to those people that were engaged to do the friends? Thank you.
Yes. It's the labor cost through you. Where is the labor cost?
That is the question that the
Yes,
Honorable
sir.
Dr. Mwanza
I've
asked.
just simplified it.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Like rightly stated, we engaged the students plus other qualified people in the community on labor contracts. The costing for the whole project had a component of labor plus materials.
How much did you pay for the labor? That was the question. And where is that evidence before the committee?
Chair, let me be assisted by the Director of Finance.
Director of Finance, please come in.
Thank you, Chair. If we go to the Annexure A, we have the ledger where we are.
You have Annexure 1A, 1B, which one?
1A.
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 Yes, you can guide us.
Just to show the proof of the payment to the same group, I should say that the same students were made to come up with a group where they registered, and then after their registration, that's when they were offered the said labor part of the contract. But to prove their payment, if you go on the Annexure A, there is a ledger for rehabilitation for 1,700 desks. Then where it's written her culture youth group, that's the group that was engaged to do.
Where is this annexure?
Just after the desk distribution list on annexure.
Take your time. There's 1A, 1B, 1C.
The first one, 1A.
1A.
Yes.
So we have this distribution list by Debs.
Yes. Just after that, there is a ledger showing the payments done.
What is the date on the ledger?
We have the ones on 3rd May 2024. I think the other one was in June 2024 still. On the second page of the ledger. There's also the one in March, on 26 March 2024, the same group. So that's the group we are talking about, Chair.
Honorable Nyambose. Yes, please.
Chair, thank you very much. It's just fair that I also participate.
No. You have been given the floor.
Thank you very much, Chair, for the indulgence.
I could see you were burning.
Because I'm a member of the committee.
Yes.
I have to ask. Mine will be in page 13. No, it's on the loans, Chair. I'd marked it. It's on loans on the recovery of loans is on page what?
Unspent loans is on page 21.
21.
Then
Thank you,
failure
Chair.
to recover loans.
Failure to recover loans. I think I found it. No. 28?
Yes,
Yeah,
page
28, 29.
27.
29 somewhere there.
Failure to recover, page 28.
Yes, 28, Chair. My question, Chair, is yes, it's page 28 of 30. Failure to recover loans. Chair, I'm asking this question with a background. It was the first time that I saw the council paying applicants on the monies from revolving fund, meaning that the council had collected some monies at that time. Second, it was about 20,000 kwacha again from revolving fund. From that time, council secretary and your team, would you tell this committee how much you've done in terms of recovery of loans? Why the council is referring to pursue loan applicants from the time that you've 2 times you recovered money? I'm speaking from an informed point. 2 times, about 700,000 kwacha was recovered. It was given out to other people who were on the list. Separate disbursement as recovery. Second, there were 2 clubs who were given about 200-something thousand. From that time, CS, I've not seen any movement as to activities to recover loans from the people. And these loans, Chair, you may note that it's a money that is supposed to be revolving to give others. It's not a grant, but people should pay back. Why is the council not pursuing those who got loans from the council? As to why management has stopped doing that when you are demonstrated to do the same area? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, as a council, we have not stopped pursuing. Maybe it is just the pace and the report not being ready of how much we have collected from that time. Chair, through you, I want to assure our Honorable MP that in the next sitting of our CDF committee, I think we'll cause a report and show the results of our efforts.
Honorable Nyambosi Fola.
I want to take the assurance. Because, Chair, it is indeed true. Not only CHASEFU. What I'm stating, Chair, there was over 700. The first time, there was that vigor from the council, and they did very well. We were surprised. Second, again, we saw some disbursement. Money is coming in. That means they were working. But over time, from that time, Chair, nothing is moving. How do we tell the people of CHASEFU is to be shown accounts to say this is what we have recovered. So if they have recovered, they will wait for that time. Not only me, but the people of CHASEFU and the people of Zambia, so that we see that these loans, Chair, are recovered.
Thank you so much. Honorable Kamando.
Mine actually is on loans. I would like to be comforted like any other members here. When you look at page 21 of 30, the query is unspent loans and empowerment. Then we have been referred to Appendix 5 to get that evidence to that effect. Now, when you look at Appendix 5, I see about on 2.2, I see two documents. These two documents were generated by the council, which are showing loan empowerment. When you go to the second one, I'm interested in the grants. They've just generated a report from the council. Now I'd like to find out from them, where is this communication? Because you have shown us that payment for empowerment grants for 100 groups. Then you indicate also that it should have been a check number, but this was communicated through a bank letter. I'd like to find out whether you have that bank letter. The same applies to the other payment, and this one was involving 2,167,500. Also, I would like you to show this committee. Usually what I see, when the people get the loans or when they get the grants, there's an acquittal sheet, even as you are giving them the checks. They are supposed to sign somewhere to show that indeed they've received that money. I'd like to find out from you whether you have even a bank statement which will show how much money was actually, in fact, how the payments were being made. And also on the recipients, how did they acquit? Kindly show us the evidence that indeed these people collected their checks, and on the acquittal sheet, this is the evidence. Maybe for now, I think if you could provide that evidence so that at least we are comforted that this money was spent.
Yes, yes.
Chair, allow my Director of Finance to respond to that.
Director of Finance.
Thank you, Chair. We have not attached the evidence, but I've asked our driver to bring the vouchers and also the bank account, which I think the box file contains the payment voucher and also the bank statement to show proof of the payment. As at now, we do not have them attached here.
Honorable Commander, follow-up.
Yeah, just a follow-up. That one we are waiting to receive. I also wanted to find out, I asked actually, where is the acquittal? The recipients actually, when they get these checks, they are also supposed to indicate that indeed the chair lady has a chairperson of that group has received that money. Do you have that evidence as well, or it's not available?
Chair, we unfortunately, and we apologize to this House, we did not carry the bank slips. We have the evidence of them having received. We apologize.
Where is that evidence?
We left the documents at the office, but it can be availed.
Please submit the same to Secretariat. Let's go to page 18. On page 18, on total unspent funds, you received in the year 2023 25.9 million kwacha and carried forward 17.3 million kwacha from 2022, bringing the total funds available to 43,833,001 kwacha. You only spent 21,868,151, leaving a balance of 23,259,769 kwacha. Under community projects, you had 28 million kwacha, 28.6 million kwacha, and you only spent 8 million, leaving a balance of 20 million. Under youth, women, had 2.6 million. You spent 2.6 at a balance of 20,000 kwacha. Loans, you had a balance of 467. Admin, you had a balance of 108. Total unspent funds 23.2 million kwacha. My interest is on the community projects. You are saying that you have since spent this money. Can you show us the projects that you spent the 20 million on and the evidence to show that these projects are complete?
Yes, Chair. The projects that we spent the money on are the same 4 projects that were queried. That is Kapekesa, the staff house, and which other one? Champeta Magodi and the Chiginya. Chair, like I said in my presentation area before you guided me that time for answering will come, on this page it may seem as if we had a lot of unspent money on projects. When we go down in the report, where Auditor General segregated, we will find that
On page what?
Page 24 and 25. No, not 20. Starting on page 20. Unspent funds, community projects. Chair there, Auditor General cited 4.6 million, which was spent on the queried projects. In the other table, unspent fund empowerment, at the time of audit, we had not given out. We gave out after Auditor General had done the audit.
Yes, don't confuse yourself.
Yes.
If you go to page 18, my question is on community projects.
Yes.
You had a total amount available, 28.6 million kwacha. Expenditure as at 31st December, 8.6 million kwacha. Balance unspent, 20.3 million kwacha. This is where I'm asking, what did you spend on? Can you show this committee the projects you spent on? Where are the photos? Where are the completion certificates? Honorable Mulunda.
Chair, just to add on what you are asking.
Yes.
The CS is confirming that the 8.7 million presents the 4 projects. Is that so? Because I heard you saying the same projects that were not completed, meaning they are the ones that you spent the 8.4. Is that the position?
No, Chair, that's not the position that all that amount was spent on the 4 projects.
Now, can you answer my question?
Yeah. Chair, we had other projects that were running on which the monies were spent apart from the 4.
And that is my question. Do you have a list of the projects that you expended the 20.3 million kwacha? The contracts And just the photos to show that
We have.
you have finished these projects. Because if you go to page 19, you are saying that in your action taken report, you are saying management would like to state that the unspent funds amounting to 23.2 million kwacha as per reconciled figure as at 31st December 2023 in the table have been spent, leaving a balance of 1.2 million kwacha as shown in the summary below. And my question is, what projects did you undertake in this 20 million kwacha? Where are the photos? Where are the completion certificates?
Chair, we may not comprehensively maybe have highlighted the projects, but the projects that we've spent money on, as queried, we have the photos, and in the appendices, we have the projects.
You can
and
lead us to the photos
certificates.
and the appendices?
Chair, the photos are after page 6. Yeah. Then, in addition, the other projects were completed. We do not have the photos in the document.
That is the answer you should have given, that you don't have
Yes.
the projects. Because the next question I was going to ask you is the single cost of all these 4 projects. Do they amount to 20 million kwacha?
No, Chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what you must have said is you don't have the evidence to show the expenditure on the 20 million kwacha.
Yes,
Is
Chair.
that the position?
That's the position, Chair.
Honorable Mtelo?
Chair, thank you very much. I seem to be going back to the desks. On page 5, you are saying there was only one service provider in the district. I guess it is CHASEFU.
Yes.
That is CHASEFU. So you had to outsource in Lundazi. I've gone on to the ledger provided. I've not seen your engagement, CHASEFU Council and this local provider, service provider. Then in Lundazi, you have not indicated as to who these service providers were. It is silent. It's just service providers in Lundazi. Who? To me, there is a lot that is not well explained with the desks. And then the youth groups. A trend, let me accept and quickly form a club, register it, and cancel. You are doing well. That's as it has to be done. It should be. However, it's just showing to say, no, this money, 13,000, given to this youth group, 9,000, even some balances. DF, any payment vouchers for this, that's for you. CS, did you engage this local service provider? If yes, where is it indicated? If not, why did you leave? Then those you engaged in Lundazo, who are they? Here is a council, chair, it will give itself work, and then itself also delays the same work. In the name of timber, now electricity, outsourcing, meanwhile there was one doing the job in CHASEFU. Did you engage that one? Those you outsourced, who are they? Where are the vouchers?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. For the question, did you engage? Yes, Chair, we engaged. Only that we may not have provided the full details. We did engage, and the service that we sourced was the planing of timber from, as area stated, the one local and the other one in Lundazi. But we can still avail the information to the Secretariat.
Thank you so much, CS. Our interaction today has reviewed governance and financial challenges, which include number one, unspent funds of 23.2 million, to which you are saying you have since spent. Delayed projects, rehabilitation of Mutengo Primary School and other infrastructure projects stalled due to contractor inefficiencies, and disbursed loans, limiting community empowerment. Our recommendation as a committee is number one, that you must expedite spending on priority projects and ensure timely disbursement. On the unspent 23.2 million kwacha, we wish to recommend that you submit information on the projects that you implemented, photos of the completed projects, contracts, as well as completion certificates, the payment ledgers, and the evidence of acquittals, so that as we make a complete report to Madam Speaker, we are confident that these projects were undertaken. We don't just believe in your verbal submission, but would want to have this information with us. Strengthen monitoring, implement real-time tracking of projects, milestone and contractor performance, recover outstanding loans, take proactive measures to recover the 439,000 in unrecovered loans. I hope you've taken the concerns by Honorable Mishek Mutelo on the deaths and the use of false account. I hope we can run away from that. We want you to empower the locals, build capacity among the locals so that you give them full contracts. We want them to improve the economy of CHASEFU, not you, the councils, again handing yourselves work, and in the process you will not check yourselves when you delay. But if you give a full contract to a contractor, you'll be able to supervise and make sure that you get the full benefits and the contract is delivered on time to the enjoyment of the people of CHASEFU. You had two people who missed in this meeting. We were not going to admit and let you submit. But I think it's a lucky day. Next time, ensure that you come with all the people that are supposed to attend this meeting. You said that your head of procurement is attending court, but as we sit as a committee, even before you come, usually we have information. Such an officer will not come because he or she is the problem. And I think our first meeting, we had to suspend one council. We didn't admit them until they brought the internal audit. And so today you are lucky because we are aware that even the excuse you are giving for one of your officers is not genuine. This committee takes precedence. The business of this house takes precedence. That's why you see we are here. 17 hours, we are yet to take submissions for another council. We are a serious committee. We take our work very seriously. This is why we're very committed. You can see all of us were being here. And so when you are called upon to appear, you have issues in the Auditor General's report, the full bench must come. To the contrary, it's very simple. If you don't want to appear before this committee, make sure that you don't have any issues, any queries before Auditor General. It's very simple. We have heard statements that no, this committee is going overboard with questions. We'll tell you that, in fact, will make serious recommendations for all of you that are found wanting, because we know even the ones that are writing, issues against this committee, it's yourselves, the town clerks. You go and make payments without supporting documents, and when this committee queries you, you want to say that we are going overboard. That is unacceptable. In fact, Chair, through you, I was praying that you can ask Secretariat through Madam Speaker, so that that organization that wrote that questionable article should appear before this committee, because that is indiscipline. Please let that be done so that they substantiate their claims. Having said that, CHASEFU, I want to uncap you of the immunity that was given to you. I was just communicating something through you to other councils and those that want to call this committee names. We're a serious committee, and those that think that they can use public resources with impunity, Auditor General picks the wrongs and they want to attack the work of Auditor General. What they are doing is attacking the work of Auditor General, who is safeguarding and making sure that the public resource is taken to the right people. And procedures, the laws, the regulations, the policies are adhered to by all the officers. This committee is committed to ensure that this is done. Those that don't want to appear before this committee, our advice is simple. Ensure you do the correct thing. Auditor General will not speak you. So your immunity is uncapped, meaning that anything you say beyond this, you're on your own. I can see some smiles. Councils feel nice when we come to the end. I officially close the meeting. I guess you want to say something?
It's a lovely afternoon. Thank you for still being with us here on Parliament Television. As you have seen, CHASEFU Town Council have just made their submission to the Committee on Local Government and Accounts, and the CHASEFU Town Council was flanked by Mr. Kennedy Walia, who is the Council Secretary. Still ahead is the last council to make an appearance before the Committee on Local Government Accounts, and this is Chadiza Town Council, and this happens to be the last witness for the day. And so we're standing by for Chadiza Town Council to make an appearance. I'm Claudette Sindaza Jonga, and my two sign language interpreters as usual, Jason Manda and Chola Kauma. And upstairs we do have a very hardworking technical crew that are making sure that these committees actually come your way live. And so we're standing by for Chadiza Town Council. Good afternoon.